Holy moly. You know what, we're gonna hop in one more time with Hop Slot again and see if we can't just sprint our way through the early dungeon until we can get everything sorted out a little bit cleaner. As soon as we get to late stage of the run, we'll be dealing a crap ton of damage with our bow, so hopefully we can see that come to pass at some point here this evening. That run didn't count, just practice? Exactly. Now that's the type of spirit we appreciate here. Also, hello, Dr. Pirate. Always lovely to see my favorite boat-oriented physician dropping in. I hope things have been well for you, friend. But okie dokie. It's sprint time. Let's just go, go, go. Even to our own detriment here, we'll try to make the first couple floors just fly on by. That should be fantastic. So what we're hoping for this run, let's go with no D3 Ogre to start, if at all possible. You know, DCSS, if you are feeling it in your heart to be forgiving, to be merciful here this evening. Ooh, and that's quite the helmet we found. But I like it, and perfect. Nothing to really talk about on D1 as we've seen on all of these runs. Do hit level 3 here finally at the very start of the next level. So that's beautiful. And we should still be able to go about things fairly quickly. Again, it's D3 where things have been seemingly taking a bit of a hit in regards to our continued survival, you know, as it is. But that's fine. Dagger of Distortion will not be a good backup weapon, so we'll just leave that. Enchanted Son of a Gun lying around for now here. And just keep going at it. Not too shabby. Scroll-wise, we might have already found our ID scrolls. That stack of 3 is looking mighty tempting already. And maybe that will be our other tiny bit of recourse that we can take to attempt to extend our survival a little bit further. Ooh, Scarf of Resistance is also beautiful. Let's definitely throw on that son of a gun. And here's where things have traditionally been getting interesting this evening. So we'll have to see how it goes. Gosh darn it, Natasha again. Oh, and the Hobgoblin fell in the shaft. Dang it, that shaft was my backup plan against Natasha. That's fine, let's engage in a little bit of hopping action, and hopefully we can kind of just avoid our new friends here if at all possible. Ring of Wizardry and a Ring of Magical Power. Not the combination I was looking for on this character, if we're being honest, DCSS, but it's still fine, I guess. Very cool. You know, it is what it is at the end of the day here, and we'll make do with whatever the world sees fit to throw in our direction. Just need to survive long enough to make that promise a reality. Okay, a decent amount of D3 still unexplored, but I really don't want to run into Natasha, and we do have all of the downstairs at least kind of congregating in an area outside of her purview. So that is, you know, a small victory here at the end of the day, something we can grasp a hold of. I would like this scroll if at all possible, and you know what, actually Natasha's seen us here. Not too bad. It essentially just allows us to reset again, bring Natasha down to this stairwell, and hopefully you continue to wander around down there for as long as possible. Could be nice. And we'll just hop down to the next floor here and see if we can't find an altar, economical temple. I mean, Fated Altar might be nice to just give ourselves a bit of a boost. I also just realized we what is the phrasing I'm looking for here? We got Rue off the Faded Altar, and I don't think you get bonus piety, which makes sense. I think there are a couple gods that kind of follow that trend, even a Faded Altar does not really sway them one way or another. Ah, our 3 stack of scrolls were silence. Well, I guess here goes nothing against our cold-blooded buddy here. You can see what this potion is. Okay, curing at least maybe keeps us in it slightly longer. Oh gosh, as I chug through all those, so never mind. Oh, and then we then we find a rage. Can I like swap over to this staff here real quick and we'll just beat you to death? So maybe not how this character would traditionally solve their problems, but I guess it kind of worked. The unfortunate part of all that is we did use up all 3 of our curing potions just trying to stay alive. So hopefully we don't run into any poison anytime soon, you know, besides that adder that we just had to kill moments ago, but fortunately that went relatively well. Okay, I got a little bit of flashback to our first iguana fight there, but apparently much smoother second time around. We've learned their true weakness and taken full advantage of that. Oh my gosh, another iguana? What is up with that? Oh, I guess against that other iguana, I had not used my hop yet, had I? Maybe should have used my hop before resorting to every single potion we had at our disposal, but that's fine. And let's see, as I was spamming there, we did not get any messages to clue us into where this ossuary entrance might be. But there it is. So that is fantastic. We'll just try to heal up here before we pop in. And let's get some treasure, shall we? Everything here should be relatively slow. And we have decent damage, so hopefully that paired up with our increased line of sight means that we should just murder our way through everything available. Looking like good experience so far too. The one downside to this is that we did not pick up a god before coming in here, but not the end of the world. In fact, yeah, if we'd gone something like the Shining one before coming in here, that would have been incredible. We end up getting the Shining one as soon as we leave the area. I may be a little bit unimpressed, but it won't be the end of the world either. We'll get it figured out regardless. And I do wish I'd come to this side first, because we could have worked off all of the drain here, fighting everything else in the vicinity, but that is just fine. Last couple of floors here, last couple of new friends to make. Always do love to meet new people. Beautiful. Should have actually taken a peek at our skills. I'm kind of curious just how much experience we got out of that total. It seems like a lot because we definitely fought a crap ton of monsters. And yes, it definitely has become a bit of a theme here, the iguanas, that is. Wizard friend, if you could just stay back there for the moment, that would be wonderful. And a moccasin, hey? What I can do here is try to get a little bit of preliminary damage. And this is where we have to kind of make our decision. Do I try to kill you, and then I get access to a potion shop on our way up from our shaft trap? Or the other option is to hop towards the stairs here. Hopefully our inaccuracy lands us directly on it. For anyone who hasn't played Baraki, I guess I didn't really explain well that the yellow box that surrounds our cursor here is the entire area that we could land, because it's not a very accurate leap. Let's try. We picked up a little bit of curing, so we're going to try and kill the moccasin, and that does go smoothly, so that's fantastic. And then we do have a bit of money here. So I think buying a lig would be nice for identifying it first and foremost, and then also having that as a good defensive backup option. You know, we don't have good AC ourselves, but as a tree, we go up to like low 20s. And in fact, I'm almost tempted to spend a decent chunk of our money all on lig potions here. I guess we can see if maybe the 2 stack we have in our inventory is already Lignify and we don't need to really delve too deep into it. So we can start here. Potion of Resistance, not super necessary with our Scarf of Resistance. Though I would like to highlight it now that I think about it. Same with the cancellation. You know what, let's actually, yeah, let's do it. For now, just pick up a bunch of lignification. Oh, the 2 stack in our inventory was in fact tree juice. So that's fantastic. We have quite a few of those now at our disposal. And let's continue our trajectory, trying to make it back to not really safety, but kind of relative safety, at least a bit more of the expected danger level at the end of the day. Here we go. Things are starting to piece themselves together slowly but surely. And as soon as we get the ball rolling on this character, I'm pretty sure the speed in which we're finishing the run will go up pretty drastically. At least it has historically with ranger-based characters. Just because it's hard to go slow when you're able to kill things from afar. And we'll have to hop against you, my friend. How much damage can you do? Hit for up to 8 damage. Okay, so we should be fairly safe to just continue that fight. Fortunately, we weren't getting slowly blinked into the unknown there, so that's fantastic. Huh. If I wait out a few here. No, you're not going to be stupid enough to run towards me, my horse friend. Well, we'll head out to the regular dungeon for now. Oh shoot, I did bring you upstairs with me. Still slightly better than the alternative because we at least can completely rest up and heal after this encounter, which might be desperately needed depending on how it goes. I mean, hopefully they keep just throwing flame at us because we're slightly resistant to that, so, you know, again, small victories. But okie dokie, there we go. Seem to be settling rather into a bit of a steady state. Let's bring you up on your own, my friend. Yeah, if I can split this fight into a few smaller encounters, I'll definitely do so. Beautiful. And also definitely pick up that scroll while we're at it. And hopefully this is the last little hurrah here. Hop out this way. Then just fire an arrow down. Blindly fire it down the hallway. What could possibly go wrong? Beautiful. Then I think it's just the Null Buddha left. Buddha? Not sure how that word is pronounced. Beautiful. Ooh, and we do get some leather armor of willpower, so let's definitely hop back upstairs. Can change into that. One additional armor class is okay, but the willpower is beautiful. So very much happy to see it. As we get Portal Projectile added into our spell library here. That's kind of interesting. That's a spell that I've never actually tried. Does very much fall in line with what this character aspires to be, so it could be nice. But hey, let's see what options are arrayed before us today, and then we can make some hard decisions here. We do see Oka and Rue again, both of which I was fairly happy to go with earlier. No Che, so I think I'm feeling one of these two. And which one? I think Rue is fairly good in a character agnostic sense. Doesn't really matter what your background or your skill set is, they just seem pretty solid. Oka is fairly similar, but mainly just has to be a melee or a ranged user. So it makes me lean slightly in that direction, especially since if we ever start to get desperate about trying to get victories, there's a less than 0 chance that I just end up playing spellcasters consistently, since I do have a slightly better track record on that side of things. You know what? Let's go with Okawaru. Don't love not being able to make friends in the dungeon, but it will be really nice to get those gifts from our dad at some point down the road. Ooh, and I would also definitely like to pick up the boots here, so let's grab that, get one more additional armor class. Every single point counts on your ranger characters early on, and that is fantastic. Okay, and we're almost caught up with our shaft trap and everything, so that's a good sign at the very least. And let's see how quickly we can just boot up our piety here. Would like to see a couple of strong enemies that we're still completely able to handle, which, you know, in retrospect or just in general is probably fairly obvious. Is this? It's an unseen horror. Yikes. Well, we're gonna do ID. And let's hope that that gets us teleport. Beautiful. And then while we're waiting for the teleport to proc, I'm gonna just sit here and identify things. Potions of haste, super useful. And still have 2 more. Guess I should keep a bit of an eye on my health. I'm hoping that we don't die before the teleport procs. You know, where were we? Oh yeah, we came from just up here, so we should be far enough away now to not run into our invisible friend again. Though I do want to be slightly cautious as to where we explore here, because I don't want to waste any more resources dealing with that son of a gun unless absolutely necessary. And chances are we're just going to leave the area for now. Trying to face off against an unseen horror as a ranger is an absolute nightmare, because there's almost no way to predict where they are going to be. I guess maybe if we fought them in a hallway, we could at least just fire shots down the hallway until something happened, our own death or victory. But still doesn't exactly shake out the most ideal scenario, so if at all possible, we'll just be leaving that son of a gun alone. I mean, Oka would be very happy if I killed you. Sir Hopsalot, Zot doesn't stand a chance. Could even say... Actually, I don't know where my brain was going with that. So yes, that is the dream, that is the plan, and hopefully we see that come to fruition. Okay, you aren't going to kill me in one shot here, but it might be close. I don't think we'll be teleporting, so I'm tempted to just actually turn into a tree here. Get some good defenses. This son of a gun with the acid damage is still going to be a pain in the rear. But let's do it. Bit of AC, a bit of health. And then hopefully can make Okawaru proud. Beautiful, honored by our kill. Do love to see it. And otherwise, we'll just try to fully recover here. Now that would have been a nightmare stairwell to come down on our first entrance. Fortunately, was not the case at the end of it all here. And I think we will just skip out on the rest of the floor for the moment. Come back when we're feeling a little bit more confident. Even if we just get like a see invisible ring, I feel like that would be enough. I'm not going to make any bold promises. Gosh darn it, you can still shoot me. I was hoping there'd be some body blocking going on here. So, you have 63% chance to hit me 16 damage. I'm gonna go invisible to start off. And then they'll walk towards me, so that is fantastic. Maybe I still have to survive the fight. Even though it becomes way more likely when they're just kicking me ineffectually, still could have technically died there, embarrassingly enough. But fortunately, we do manage to just barely scrape by the skin of our teeth. I'm hoping that that ridiculous number of centaurs is not at all indicative of like a centaur warrior hanging out here, because I do think that will go exceptionally terribly for us. Oops, no, not really target myself. Instead, we're just gonna have to keep manually shooting at this son of a gun. They do have a poison weapon, which is not ideal. And that is fantastic. I do want your skin, but I am slightly worried about fighting you. Fortunately, not the end of the world. Oh, hello, Erica and Grum. Did I maybe interrupt something here? If so, I do apologize profusely. I would not have done so of my own volition, I can promise you that. A little bit of heroism would kind of help here, but not really. If I could get to an area that's a bit more defensible, I would turn into a tree. Because 12 damage on these sons of guns, 26 on you. The 26 would still be a problem, even in tree form, but the wolves at least would be largely taken care of there. I might even just have to haste up here, hey? No, let's turn into a tree. And we're gonna make it work. Because the wolves still would have been faster than me, even with some haste action. If Erica comes down, then I'm still in trouble. And in fact, I didn't really think about that. Erica didn't seem to be following us, so I was just kind of woefully hoping that my ignorant thoughts were indeed the facts of the matter. Oh, it did look like Erica never actually saw us, so that makes a little bit more sense in retrospect. But you, my friend, so you have fire, you have poison, you have force lance, and you deal a decent chunk of change with your flaming scimitar, of course. Yikes. Oh, I also never noticed that the laptop here did eventually seem to recover, so that's nice. But okie dokie, I guess back into the thrill of it all here. I mean, you haven't seen me. Okay, now you've seen me, so we will fight. Let them fight. Try a couple of shots before we do a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump. Maybe some heroism while we're at it. I don't like the slow coming in. Ooh, Force Lance actually kind of nice for us, though. Venom Bolt could still be sent my way and would probably just kill me. I mean, do I get out of this by running in any way, shape, or form? I don't think I do. So, tree? It's gonna be my short-term answer to everything. Oh, you can turn invisible. How did I forget about that? Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Heroism also ran out on our side. So none of that is ideal. Oh, I know what I should have done. Hindsight is 20/20. I have a weird amount of silent scrolls, or silence scrolls, I should say, for this stage in the game. So I definitely should have just silenced our friend here. I still could do it, and at least that reduces you to just using your flaming scimitar. I think I will. And then we're just gonna have to hope. It's not great. I wish I could at least see my chances of hitting you. Oh, but perfect. Do manage to take down Erica, slightly terrifying for sure, but Oka's very much happy with that, so you love to see it. And then we'll just get right into the thick of things here. Potentially just foolishly shooting off shots against our Null friends instead of trying to find some potential escape route, but hey, it all worked out, so not the end of the world whatsoever. And a heavy trident, probably not super happy with that as a backup weapon, but maybe something to keep in mind. I also don't think I set the right skill cap for our bow here. Still always used to going with the 14 for the majority of like melee starts, min delay. but that is just fine. So we'll pop that up now. Brings us a little bit closer to using the eventual Arbalest that we're very likely to swap over to. So that makes a decent amount of sense. And we'll hop away from you. Oof. Kind of the worst case scenario with that hop. And in fact, I think you're going to close the gap to me, my friend. Do I really want to, like, super preemptively pop a tree potion here for the defenses? Alternatively, it'd be like, try to paralyze you. 31% chance isn't great, but it's possible. And then we just try to kill you before you wake up. Fantastic. Okay, will now gift us throwing weapons. Not exactly what I'm looking for, my friend, but it's a start, I guess. You know, baby steps for now. Ooh, I am surprised you are willing to get a bit steamy in here with all the other friends around. Ooh. Acid break also not ideal, but they do drop their skin. So we could increase our armor class by 2, a little bit of encumbrance. Only 1 more point than the leather armor that we're wearing anyway. You know, the extra willpower, not super beneficial at this stage in the game. Son of a gun. Centaur Warrior is pretty rough. Start with heroism. No. There are actually 2 of you? Oh, that is terrible news. Okay, that teleport's not gonna kick off in time, so you know the deal, folks. It's tree time. Once again. And like maybe a curing? Oh gosh, what do I do against these kiddos? Paralyze you. Nope. Oh, this all went so horribly wrong so fast. There we go. Okay, we get the paralyze off on one of you. I guess I should probably focus the awake one. Oh, down to 12 health. Down to 7 health. Oh, and a Cyclops in the running too. Oh my gosh. What a fun and exciting D9 this is. Oh wow. To what do I owe the pleasure? Have I found my heal wounds yet? I have not. 1 un-ID'd potion. Not heal wounds. Yikes. I could go on the for the stab on the Centaur Warrior, but I actually don't know how the benefit propositions kind of work out for us here. Guess the other option, let's turn invisible. Gonna have to try to pull out just all the stops. Heroism again, please. Whoa, how did the Centaur Warrior die? Large rock. Wait, why did the Cyclops throw a large rock? I'm so confused. Okay, well, we're probably still dead here. Shucks. Gosh darn it. Oh, Centaur Warrior was the death of us. I probably should have just run away when we saw the first Centaur Warrior. I think this was avoidable. As soon as we engaged, I think we were screwed for sure. But yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Yeah, exactly. Gosh, Nomo, you got it. Nailed it on the head there. Oh, me oh my. I would like one of these ranger builds to work. I feel like when I was playing all the hunter characters in our Great Player series, I had nothing but amazing things to say about the range changes. I felt like they were almost overpowered, it seemed at times. But everything in the polytheist maybe is the best way to pronounce that, part of our adventures here has done its best to prove the opposite to be true. as I cannot seem to keep a hunter alive to save my life. Oof. But I'm kind of committed, you know? One more run, for old time's sake. You're here to provide insightful commentary, I love it. I mean, sometimes that is really all you can say, is a bit of yikes. Well, let's do it though. Once more with feeling. Come on, Baraki. One of these days. And let's see, maybe I'll look up famous frog names.